The Raider offense set to get this drive started. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Raider 1.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check.
Raider 8.
You don't know no better.
Five.
We got double up. Check 59, Mike.
7:34.
Mike to 59.
Let's go.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
And the Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Express.
I got it.
Easy. Kill.
Check 24. Kill.
Hey. High 7.
Richard. And an alley to run. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 33 and a first.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Check. Switch.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just haven't been able to punch it in until that point. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. Call it a gain of 4, leaves them with options here on 2nd and just a yard. They try again with Cohen. And shedding through the tackle. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Cohen. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's got this down to the 35. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35. Trubisky now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And this one will be brought back. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
58's the mic.
Smooth.
Oh, you got deep? Hey, 58 is the mic. Go, 58's the mic. Go. Go. 58, boys. 58. 58's the mic. Check pass. Check pass.
Now Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over.
At their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Kill, kill, kill.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jacobs. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Carlson now to add the extra point. And that one could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
Makes the score Raiders 23, Bears 7.
following the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Elsewhere, they're on to the fourth quarter at MetLife Stadium and make it a 2-touchdown advantage now for the Giants. If they hold on, a victory there would be their third of the year. Next drive. They can't do much. There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48. Built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers.
Let's go. Green 18.
Hey, tight. Check 37. Check 37. Alert flare.
Green 19.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Back to you. Check 26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
We want it. Come to my world.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Watch the screen. Check 52. Right, receiver.
On second down, Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
Hey, Mike 40. Let's go.
From the gun, here's Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's coming.
All day.
Cousins now from the 50. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Cousins to throw it. Being chased out left.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Right here.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Zebra.
Mike's 42.
Hey, Orbit.
I'm coming after you.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Target.
Listen to me.
From the red zone now, Cousins. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Zadarius Smith in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Hey, check 24.
Watch twins.
Wide. Goose.
Tight dog.
To throw, Cousins. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
52.
Watch the run.
Working out of the gun, Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone.
It's a party now.
They'll give it to him up the middle. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the one.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Push him back. Push him back.
They run it here. Ware. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Spencer Ware, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after here coming up. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Point after try forthcoming. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Exit.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Don't let Kelly. It's just me and you.
After the penalty, it's Jones. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Your socks, baby. That's baby socks.
They'll run it with Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On second down, it's Jones. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Watch the boot.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. The quick slant caught. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Shoot. Check 31. He's checking.
They'll go with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, 77 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. As an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Fielded just inside the 20. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Shit. Check three. Check, crunch. Check. Yellow.
On first and 10, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Throwing is Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. That catch good for 5. It's third down. On third down, Cousins. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah,
and Rodgers is going to go down. In the end zone, it's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is, why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That's it, baby.
So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the left hash, this from 46. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Rodgers now on first down. Touchdown, Packers. Jarvis Landry in the final seconds of the first half, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game.
15. Packers 14.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2nd and 5 now. Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Mike, behind. Ready? Watch the screen. 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 Watch it. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Cook following the penalty. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Again, it's Cook. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Gun.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
And it's third down.
The hot. 180.
52 right here. 52. Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
Cousins from the gun on third. Dixon complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On second down now, it's Jones. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 29 yards, first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. It's a foot race. 30. The 20. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
A free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Rodgers going to throw. Making the catch is Sternberger. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on this.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Completes it to Dixon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, no, easy.
Play action now, Cousins. That's going to be caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Packers on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Packers go for it. Rodgers. Now this is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You don't want none. Check your hot read.
Cousins gives way to Cook. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Here's Cousins. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Kendall Fuller. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. The 40. He's at the 30. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Now Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for 2. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that one is caught. So they convert here and don't look now, but this one's back to a 1-score game. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
A big play there out of Cook. 71 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Wide, get wide. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Jack!
Line out!
Whip. Watch the whip.
Cook. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
two's the mic. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
300.
Check 50. Check 50. Shift.
He's going, bro. Like that.
On second down, it's Cook, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go. Here we go.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Danielle Hunter in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Mike 54. Here we go.
On 3rd and 2, Rodgers incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Again, he was looking for Devontae Adams, and that'll bring up second down.
Blue 58.
Hey, eat. No gain on this, defense.
To throw again, Rodgers. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
I'm coming after you.
Look it down.
Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. To throw is Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark,